Hi everybody and welcome to a thrilling adventure in the Beatles Daves video channel. For this video we're going to have a little bit of a discussion. Somebody did actually private message me earlier today and they goes, well, Beatle Dave, being as you've been collecting records for over 40 years, surely you must have everything that Beatles have ever released. Or if you haven't, is there anything that you know's out there that one day you would like to get? So the answer to the first question is I've got the majority of the British albums that the Beatles released in either mono stereo originals or stereo reissues or the later source light reissues that you can get nowadays. I've got all the compilations and stuff, but there's a few things that I would still like to get to add to my collection. Not necessarily because I haven't got them, but because the copies I've got I could do with upgrading, if that makes sense. So I think this might be a long video, but I'm not sure. We'll just take it and see where it goes, sort of thing. So the answer to the first question is I've got the majority of the British albums, and then I've got a nice collection of other Beatles albums from around the world, plus I've got a nice collection of foreign Beatles singles as well as the original ones and the box sets. One of the things that I would like to get, which I have actually mentioned in a video before, is I would like to get an original UK copy of John and Yoko's wedding album, which is going to sound daft because I've already got 4 copies. I've got 2 Japanese copies and I've got 2 of the recent issues, but I haven't actually got an original UK copy yet. So that's one thing that's on my list. The other list is an original copy of John and Yoko's Life with the Lions. Again, I have got a copy, but it is an American copy, still from the 1960s, so it is a proper vintage one, but I would like the UK version. I would like an upgrade on my Please Please Me black and gold original UK copy. The one I've got is okay, but it's not the best copy in the world. These are things I probably will never get, but it's things that I'm always on the lookout for. The other one is a UK export copy of the White Album on the yellow and black Parlophone label. I have got quite a few variations of the White Album, but I haven't got a UK export copy. The other thing is I would like an original copy of Paul McCartney's Thrillington album. Again, I've got it, but mine is a reissue. I would like to get the original on Regal Zonophone one day, but they are, quite expensive. I'd like to get the... I suppose I can say this because you can say things that aren't out yet, but are going to be released, can't you? So I would like to get the John Lennon 9-10-inch white vinyl EP box set of Give Me Some Truth. That is something that I haven't got, and that is something that if I was going to buy anything for record store day, that is the one that I would like to get. The other thing is something that I missed out on, and at the time I know I should have got it when it was released, and I know a lot of my friends like Beatley Tone and people like that have got it, was the Paul McCartney singles box set, which was released last year around Christmas time. I wanted to celebrate Paul's 80th birthday, so you got 80 singles in a little crate. That's something else I'd like to get one day, but to be honest, for the prices that they're going for at the minute on eBay and places like that, that is one that I don't think I will ever have. Possibly the George Harrison Uber edition of All Things Must Pass. Wouldn't really need it, but that's something that I haven't got in my collection. Then there's the Paul McCartney soundtrack to an obscure film called The Family Way. Now, Paul doesn't actually appear on that. He just composed it, and I think it's the George Martin Orchestra that actually does it, I think, to The Family Way, which was like I say, it's a bit of an obscure film. I would like a better copy of my original Wonderwall music soundtrack by George Harrison. I have still yet to get Brainwashed on vinyl. I've got it on CD, and I've got a CD box set, but I haven't actually got it on vinyl. I would also probably like to one day get the Live in Japan LP. Again, I've got it on CD, but I haven't got it on vinyl. Then there's loads of other things. I mean, there's UK export copies of the Beatles' second album and no, sorry, Something New by the Beatles, and then Beatles 6. But again, they go for really, really stupid money. But on them, even if I got them, I'm not really getting anything new apart from the labels, because I've got the American equivalents. So yes, there is quite a bit of things that I would like to get to add to my collection, but whether I ever will get any of these, I don't know, because, you know, money's getting a bit tight at the minute, isn't it? You know, there's a few crisis going on around the world. You know, we don't know. You know, it's getting to the stage where you don't know where your next meal's coming from, or you don't know if you've got enough money to pay your bills and things like that. Living crisis, I think they're calling it in the UK. Hopefully, touch wood, it doesn't go that far. The other thing I'd like to get is the Agostini box sets that came out a few years ago, where you basically had to you got a magazine and an LP every 2 weeks or something, and then if you paid a couple of extra pound a month, you could get the boxes to put them in, and then you got all the little goodies like a cup and a t-shirt and a bag and things like that. That's something I am on the lookout for. I came very close to getting one of them the other day. The chap said he'd deliver it to my house, and in the advert it said it got everything with it. So I text him and I goes, does that mean it's got all the goodies? And he goes, yeah, it's 23 albums and the magazines and the boxes. And I go, so did you get like the slip mat and everything else? He goes, oh no, I ain't got them. And he wanted 750 quid. Now, is that a good deal or not? I don't know. In the end, I didn't get it. What else would I like? I'd probably like a Beatles mono box set on vinyl. Whether it's the one from the 1980s, because they did release it in 1982, didn't they? Or the recent one. But again, the recent one is going for really, really stupid money. But if anybody out there has got 2 copies and they want to give me one of their box sets, or do a swap for something, I'm up for that. Nobody will, because they're going for stupid money. Excuse me, I've just got a fog in my throat. Now you might think that this room looks a bit different today. It's not. We're just sat at the other side, because I thought we'd show off this side of the room where I've got my little Beatles display up there as well, and we've got the sun coming in from the window as well, which is nice, even though it is supposed to snow at any minute in the UK. I'm always on the lookout for things to add to my collection. The other one that I would like, which I don't think I will ever get, is Our First Four, which was the first 4 singles released by Apple, but none of them were Beatles. It was Jackie Lomax and the Ivies and Mary Hopkin and the Black Dyke Mills Band, I think. A lot of the original Apple singles that weren't by the Beatles I'd like. King of Foo by Brute Force, that's one of them. And I'd like an original copy of Give Peace a Chance, but by the Hot Chocolate Band. Again, I nearly got one of those the other day. Somebody did send me an offer, but by the time I saw it, it had gone. What else is there? Magic Christian Music LP by Badfinger, which I haven't actually got yet, but I might have, because I've put a bid in for one of them. But I think that's a South African one. It's still on Apple, but I think it's a South African version. Bit of memorabilia, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind a model of like John Lennon's psychedelic Rolls Royce. Where I'd put it, I don't know. I think that's about it, to be honest. There's always something that I could add to my collection. Of course, the one that everybody wants is a peeled butcher cover, isn't it? Or an unpeeled butcher cover, whichever you prefer. But I have got 2, or is it 3 butcher covers, but they're all bootlegs. Susan the Red Stripes single, Seaside Woman. I haven't got that. I've got it on an album, but I haven't got it as a single. That's quite a few things, really. The George Harrison LP box set from a few years ago. I haven't got that, although I've got all the albums apart from Brainwashed and Live in Japan, but I have got those on CD. So that's just a few of the things that I wouldn't mind getting to add to my collection. Do I really need any of them? In reality, no. Would I buy them if I saw them at the right price? In reality, yes. I don't always buy things, well, I'll be honest, because I don't buy records as an investment. Yes, it's nice to have money tied up in something if anything ever does go wrong in your life, so I can sort of see it from that point of view. But I watch some YouTube channels where people say, well, I bought this, I got it for £600, but I now know it's worth £6,000 or $6,000 or whatever. I buy records because I enjoy listening to records. That's the main reason. If they're worth something, that's just a bonus to me. But I mean, I've got records in my collection I've had for like 10 years or something, and they might be worth £200 now, especially some of the early Beatles stuff, right? Which sounds a lot of money, because I might think, well, I only paid like £40 for that album, but what's the inflation rate gone up in the past 10 years? So it's all relative anyway, isn't it? You know, yes, I know my record collection probably is worth a few grand, don't get me wrong, but whether it's ever going to be worth more than the money I've put into it, I don't know. And I don't care, because that's not why I've got it. I've got it because I'm a record collector. I'm addicted to buying records. But it is a nice addiction to have. You know, it's not like I'm a druggie or anything like that. It can get out of control at times. I have actually started to cut back a little bit on what I'm buying. Basically because I'm running out of room. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 racks there, and there's probably 800 records in there, and that is records that I have been sorting through that I don't really very often play. I won't say I never play them, but I don't very often play. But whether they're worth anything or not, I don't know, because there's all sorts in there from, like, can remember the now this is what we call music albums and stuff like that, and Grease and things like that. Now there's a chap on YouTube, and he's got his own little record shop. Really, really good chap. I've bought things off him. Now he reckons if he can get Grease, the Grease film soundtrack, he can sell it for £35. I've never known anybody pay £35. I'm not saying he's lying. Don't get me wrong. But I've never known anybody pay £35 for a second-hand Grease album. So am I missing something? Is there certain copies of that are worth a lot, or they're mispressed or something? I don't know. Beatles stuff, yeah, I know about. Rolling Stone stuff, yeah, I know about. Pink Floyd, I know about. The Who, Small Faces, you know, punk and stuff like that. I do know quite a bit about, but there's certain music I don't really know a lot about, and one of them, believe it or not, saying I like punk and I like ska, is reggae. I don't really know a lot about reggae, and I don't mean things like UB40. I mean like proper reggae, like you know, like the original Bob Marley stuff and Blue Note and things like that. So I'm learning all the time, even though I've been collecting records since, when did I buy my first record? 1976. I bought my first ever record. A long time ago, isn't it? 1976. that's nearly 40, it's 46 years ago, isn't it? No, it isn't. Yes, it is. 47 years ago, sorry. 47 years ago. 47 years ago. But having said that, you know, I enjoy my music. I enjoy my records. I am a record collector. I'm not a record dealer, although I've been known to sell the odd record in the past on eBay and things like that, but I don't bother anymore. I buy it because I love it. I love having the physical thing in my hand. What we've got here, like that. I just love the feel of a record. To a certain extent, you can get it on a CD, but an album cover, you can just sit there and look at it for hours. You don't get that same effect for the CD. You certainly don't get the same effect by streaming it. I mean, this is an album that's quite an interesting album, to be honest. And this is one that you wouldn't really think this would be in my collection, but this chap was really, really big in the early 1980s, between sort of 81, 82 time, 80, 81, 82. He was always on top of the pops. He wrote lots of songs for other people. He actually wrote lots of songs for Cliff Richard before he became famous, and it's B.A. Robinson. Initial Success. Great album, by the way. I've got this because it's got Bang Bang on it. Can you remember that? Bang Bang the Mighty Fool. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. And it's got Cool in the Caftan. What else? It got Knocked It Off, which were probably like his main hits. Don't know what happened to him. He has still got a website, but it hasn't been updated for years and years and years. Very talented singer-songwriter, very funny, very creative. If you don't know who he is, when you've watched this, just put in B.A. Robertson, Cool in the Caftan, and check out the video. Absolutely fantastic. Probably worth a couple of quid, isn't it? But then I've got other records, like Beatles records. Some of those are worth hundreds of pounds. But that's not why I buy them. I buy them because I'm a Beatles fanatic and I'm a record collector. Somebody did have a little bit of a... Well, I don't think they had a go at me. It was like saying, but your channel's called Beatle Dave, so why do you sometimes do segments on other artists? And I says, because I'm a record collector. You know, if I've got something and I think I've got a bargain, or I think it's something that you lot out there might like, I will show it. Earlier today I did one on this. Kiss This by the Sex Pistols. Quite a hard record to come by. You can get it on CD and things like that, but when that was released, vinyl was on the way out because everybody wanted CD. Now on eBay they go for £99.99 plus, and I did say this in the video, and somebody goes, but if you go on Discogs they can go for £35, which is okay. I didn't have time to go on Discogs this morning, I just went on eBay. I'll always have a quick look on eBay, which I know isn't the most accurate thing to go on, to be honest, but it does give you a rough idea. I'm not bothered whether that's worth £35 or £350, to be honest. I'm just glad that I've actually got a copy of this on vinyl again, because I did have this years ago and I'd sell my record collection. Yeah, I'm looking out the window because it's supposed to be snowing in a minute. So I hope that's answered the question. I can't even remember who sent it me now. But you know, it's just one of those things. You collect what you want to collect. There is still things I would love for my Beatles collection. I really would love more. But I think if I bought everything that I actually really wanted of the Beatles, I'd have to move house, because I think this room would just get overrun. I mean, it's quite tidy at the minute. Quite tidy at the minute. But this is it. You know, it is a bit like a drug collecting records. I did go through a phase where I've got to have everything. Don't now. I'm going through a phase now where I like to get something that's a little bit different, hence why I have been showing you things like the Beatles White Album with slightly different label variations, or you know, the pressings from different countries and things like that. But if you think there's something that I should be showing you that I haven't, if I've got it, I'll show it you. Excuse me, I've just had a sandwich. It's like one of the first videos I ever did was for YouTube was on John and Yoko's Two Virgins, and that is like a dead weird, really weird version of it, because it's in flip back sleeves, and I've never ever seen it in flip back sleeves anywhere else. Whether that means it's worth anything, I don't know, or it might be a counterfeit sleeve on it or whatever, but the record's original. So I hope that's answered your questions. Anyway, thank you to everybody that is subscribing. You know, you lot are doing me really proud at the minute. The subscriptions have gone up quite a lot this month. I think we've gone up by nearly 50 new subscribers in the last month. But you know, I still appreciate the old subscribers as well as the new subscribers. You know, you're all part of the Beatle Dave family now. If you like this video, whether you're subscribed or not, if you just leave me a like, that helps me with the YouTube algorithms, or whatever it's called, which helps to promote the channel. The viewing figures have gone up quite a lot just lately as well, but I have started doing a few shorts as well, so check some of them out, because I really want to start doing needle drops. But at the minute, if I do them, I'll get a copyright claim. But apparently you can do them on a short, if I've got these right, because a short only lasts for 16 seconds and you're okay to do them on that. So I've been told. I mean, I've put a few up so far and I haven't had any copyright claims, so touch wood, you know, that is right. This is nothing where I want to try and grow my channel, because you can actually buy some sort of license through YouTube. And then if you put the music on, the artist will get a royalty, which is what I'd really love to do that. So if I was showing you, I don't know, that Mike McGear album the other day, which basically is a Wings album but with Mike McGear singing, you know, I could say, well, there's this track here, let's listen to this and play the whole track. Now, that's something I really want to do. Whether this will ever come to fruition or not, I don't know. So yeah, I hope this has been a little bit of entertainment for you. Thank you if you've lasted all the way to the end, by the way. Just a little bit of fun. Like I say, thank you to everybody that is supporting me and subscribing, giving me likes and leaving me comments. And if you're not subscribed, just think about subscribing, because it is free. You know, and anything that's free in this day and age has got to be good, even if it's just an old twat like me talking a load of nonsense half the time. What you see is what you get. Wouldn't that a jam song? Or something like that, wouldn't it? Yeah, see the jam. I like the jam. I like all sorts of music, but my main passion, well, I'm a Beatle maniac, put like that, but I am passionate about most genres of music and most records. So until the next time, you are the Beat and Beatler Dave, so thank you for supporting me, and you know, hopefully I will see you again soon. It won't be for a few days, so I'm back at the Fun Factory as of tomorrow for 4 12-hour shifts, and I'm really looking forward to it. No, I'm not. I wish I could win the lottery. Honestly do wish I could win the lottery, but I'm getting to that age now where I know I'm starting to turn into a grumpy old man. But that's a different story. That's one we might go into another day. Might not, don't know. Anyway, till the next time, Beatle Dave loves you all. So peace, love and happiness. Please stay safe if you're in the UK, because there's supposed to be a lot of snow and ice coming over the next 12 to 24 hours. So, you know, to all you lot out there, you know, be safe. I do want to see you all again. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe. Cheers everybody. Me and my Beatle Dave loves you.